bitch. Too bitch. Penny and dime.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So surprise, surprise, Punisher is officially getting his own series. They dropped a little teaser this morning, so let's talk about what's going on. The teaser itself is really just to tell you, yeah, we're actually working on this, we've hired people, you will see this probably next year. They didn't officially say next year, there's no official premiere date or anything like that, but if they're going to be rolling into production later this year, that means they're probably going to try and get stuff out next year. We should have said first things first, if you haven't watched Daredevil Season 2 yet, it's kind of like Daredevil vs. Punisher, you absolutely have to watch that. Frank Castle, or Jon Bernthal as Frank Castle, the Punisher, probably the best thing about that. Elektra was a lot of fun, but the Punisher storyline as a whole just worked so much better than all the other storylines. Collectively, I know a lot of you felt the same way I did, like, oh my god, this Punisher is totally perfect. Why doesn't he have his own TV series right now? They're basically just taking that, and they're hiring a bunch of other people, and they're just going to make a Punisher series now. So yes, it will be connected to all the other Netflix series. They haven't confirmed it, but yes, he will probably be in Defenders. They wouldn't leave him out. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be on the Defenders team. It's going to be a little bit shorter than like a normal season of Daredevil or Jessica Jones. Those are like 13 episodes a season. Defenders is probably going to be closer to like 8 episodes. It'll be like a smaller mini-series, but it'll just be bigger, more production value. They'd spend the exact same amount of money on it, but they do fewer episodes, so they could just spend more money per episode to make it that much crazier. But I'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about Punisher stories. Now, they've already done a couple big Punisher stories during Daredevil Season 2, like they did Trial of the Punisher, they did Daredevil vs. Punisher, they even did a version of Punisher Max when he gets thrown in prison. So what are they going to do for Punisher Season 1? Well, they'll probably spell out some of his backstory a little bit more. We'll see more from his time in the war. There's a comic book storyline called Punisher Born, which actually deals with his time in Vietnam. You have to remember the comic book Punisher is a Vietnam vet. TV show Punisher is more of an Afghanistan vet, just because they updated it. It's happening in current day. Circle of Blood is another great storyline they could do involving the Kingpin, because they've already done the work of setting up their relationship. Like the next time we see each other, I'm going to break your face. That was a great move on Daredevil's part, making the Kingpin a really strong Punisher villain in addition to being a Daredevil villain. There's another storyline called The Slavers, where Punisher takes down this human trafficking ring. That feels like a story they could totally do. That's like something you would see on a CSI episode. But the story does a good job of humanizing the Punisher. It's Garth Ennis, so you get to see all different sides of Punisher. You get to see the dad version of Punisher as he tries to take care of these people that he rescues. You get to see crazy hardcore Punisher as he just guns the shit out of all these human traffickers. Welcome Back Frank is another great Garth Ennis Punisher storyline. It has a lot of humor. It sets up a good supporting cast for the Punisher. They're going to have to build out a Punisher group of characters that are independent from the Daredevil group of people, because all these series are connected, but in the way Elektra is a Daredevil-specific character, Punisher needs to have his own group of characters too. So a lot of that will be the police, a lot of that will be military stuff. Remember, he has the Drive. That's probably going to tee up where he's going in his spin-off series. Remember, there are a couple shadow organizations that all the Netflix series have been teasing, like the company that gave Jessica Jones her powers, the company that experimented on Kilgrave and helped his powers manifest. Then you also have the Hand raising the Beast, resurrecting Elektra. She kind of is the Beast the way they put it during the Daredevil series, but we can talk about that more when we get to Defenders. That's a long ways off. But just a reminder, Luke Cage is going to drop in September this year. Sweet Christmas in September. There'll probably be a little bit of Punisher crossover just to help set that character up. Defenders is coming next year. I'm guessing summer release. They're working on it right now. If you're wondering how many seasons all these shows are going to get, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, they'll keep making them till people stop watching them. There have been some really shitty Netflix series that have gotten more than 3 seasons. So if these are some of the most popular things that they've ever done, of course they're going to keep making them. But let me know in the comments, what storyline do you want them to do for the Punisher Season 1? I'm guessing Welcome Back Frank is a good place to start, but don't expect them to do like a carbon copy of a comic book storyline. There'll just be a lot of comic book Easter eggs. So a lot of big stuff happened today. I'm still working on a couple videos. While you wait for my next one to post, you can click here for my Flash trailer for next week's episode, and you can click here for my Spider-Man Civil War video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.